Ohanaeze calls for Tinubu's intervention as Governor Sanwo-Olu demolishes Alaba International Market in Lagos. The Governor Sanwo-Olu-led Lagos State government on Friday started the process of removing what it described as distressed buildings in the Alaba International Market in the Ojo local government area of the state. The Igbo Apex social-cultural organization Ohanaeze Igbo has called on President Bola Tinubu to intervene in Lagos State. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's demolition spree in Alaba International Market. Wow. This is a problem, but let's continue. It was gathered that the enforcement team of Lagos State Building Control Agency, LASBCA, and the Lagos State Task Force embarked on the joint exercise. The team reportedly went around to reseal several buildings that had been marked with previous multiple quit seal notices by the organization, saying that the measure was to prevent disaster. But reacting to the demolition exercise in the market, mostly dominated by business owners from the Igbo-speaking southeast region of Ohanaeze Igbo appealed to President Tinubu to prevail on Governor Sanwo-Olu to temper justice with mercy on Igbos in the state. Ohanaeze's Secretary General Okechukwu Isiguzoro warned Lagos to stop playing bad politics, saying that bad politics was affecting Igbo businesses in Lagos. The way we think, I just don't understand. I really don't. It just... I think, first of all, Ohanaeze as a group, I don't understand them. I really don't. And I think it goes to our thinking and our positioning even as Igbos. Why are you begging because in their statement, they literally said, we want to beg Mr. President to call Sanwo-Olu that the best thing to do at this point is to temper justice with mercy. Excuse me? I don't understand. This is a problem. And if the Lagos State hasn't given reasons for this, for what, I don't get it. Why would you beg the president? Why? It's like you lower your positioning when you're begging. You should have a right to have your businesses function in any part of the country, first of all. And it's so sad because rather than, as I said, I'm not going to engage in tribal politics and say this, we shouldn't do this. We are not stupid. We know what is clearly right and wrong. But just as a nation, like, how foolish are we? How divided are we? How can we not even see that for an economy to grow, like, these are just businesses? I don't get it. I don't understand why the fact that I don't get it. Are there not people from other tribes in the country who own businesses in Lagos? Isn't Lagos as an economy benefiting from these businesses working, booming, functioning in Lagos? Like, I don't get, I genuinely don't, like, we are so backwards in our thinking, right? Because even more than just Lagos State doing this, there are people who also believe that this is right. There are people who are, just don't like Igbos, right? And you look at nations of the world, you have in America, in England. I mean, these are very diverse places, and you look at the economies and why they're also superpowers as well. You know, in London, there's a place called Chinatown. Like, oh my days. Do you know that there is a place called Chinatown? As in, there's a part of London, right, where it is predominant. It is all freaking Chinese restaurants, Chinese cafe shops, businesses, and you will not hear that in London there's a fight. Obviously, with the history of how, the place, London is diverse. London is actually very, very diverse. And in the world moving forward and the type of thinking, like, you will not hear that, maybe at first, you have to look at history right now, But the level at which they are, you don't find people going to Chinatown and burning Chinese businesses down. Or let's say, there's a political sort of conflict or disagreement, and then you'd find that people will then go to Chinatown and start burning businesses. And because it's crazy, right? If you actually see the place, like you walk in, there's Chinese decorations, there's lanterns, there's the colors, it's red. Like these people literally have a section of London that is not even their own place, that is dedicated towards their businesses. And even if you look at Chinese businesses, even all around the UK, yes, Chinese food and restaurants, and it's actually quite a popular business, and with England as well. You also look at Indian. I mean, Indian food and Indian takeaway it's so integrated into their culture, like it's a normal thing. You'd find Indian takeaways almost everywhere. Now that shows a society that has developed, that has accepted people that are not theirs into. I mean, do you not think that these businesses are also contributing to London's economy? And don't get me wrong, London, even as a tourist destination, hasn't also lost its value in terms of its perception. When you think of London, you're thinking of Buckingham Palace, you're thinking of the Queen, you're thinking of God rest her soul, you're thinking of Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, the London Eye. Like, it doesn't also take away from what London is. At the end of the day, when you look at tourism and how much London makes, the main reason is because of Buckingham Palace, the royal family. Like, I just don't get it. And it's so sad because it just shows where we are thinking. So for those who will think that, there's so many Igbo businesses, it does not take away from the Yoruba state. It doesn't take away from it doesn't make Lagos less Yoruba or more Yoruba, the fact that they're Igbo businesses. Right? So imagine people in London started thinking like that, and then would start going to Chinese businesses or go to Chinatown specifically because it's literally decorated. You genuinely think you're in China. Like it's literally a section or part of London that is dedicated to that. But if anything, it even makes even makes London itself diverse and so many things to do even outside of the royal family. You know how much in terms of tourism the royal family earns by people going into the country, visas, visiting certain museums, visiting palaces, visiting. Like, I don't get it. When you have a place that's rich in culture and it actually makes money, it actually helps. It actually helps. And it's so sad because I'm like, is this really where we are? Like, is this really where we are? And I think the worry should be that we are so behind from the rest of the world, because I think the more we focus on our issues and tribalism, and we're so hyper-focused, we're so micro in our issues, we forget the bigger picture. And it's worse because we lose touch with how things should be, with our positioning and how we should progress. It's so sad. And I think this is how I want to have conversations from now on, because my days. Probably think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.